Hey, good morning. About 6 months ago, I didn't realize it had been so long. A friend of ours from town, Crook, him and Blake, my son, our son, kind of grew up together, went to school together, and just kind of hung out some. Anyway, great family, but they own the tire shop in town. And he had told me he had some Goop that he wanted me to try on my tires because he knows how we battle that out here with these locust trees. And so 6 months ago, I went in, I bought new tires, and I needed new tires anyway, so I bought them, and then he put the Goop in for me. It's been 6 months, and I'm nervous to even mention this, but I've had several people kind of ask about it, how it did, and I realized I hadn't done an update video on that. It's been 6 months. I haven't put a single drop of air in them. I drive this rig every day. I can't say that that's ever happened in 20 years that we've been on this place, and in Texas we've got mesquite, and it's probably the same way over there. 6 months. Now, just to give you a comparison, here's the Honda that I drive whenever we're driving pipe. So I don't drive it very often. Look at it. This is from yesterday. The tires didn't even last the whole day. There's 1, 2, 3. This tire right here is still up. It's good. So that's a big deal. That saves, time, money, all that stuff. I'm not trying to sell anything. I'm just trying to help everybody that's in the same pickle that we typically are. So I can't remember what that stuff was called, but I remember looking it up, immediately, and it was pretty expensive. But if you're close to Marietta, Oklahoma, swing by Burton's Tire. They'll put you 5 squirts in there, I think is what he did, and it lasted 6 months. 6 months. If you didn't see that video of where they were doing that, I'll have Lisa put that in the end cards, so you can check that out if you want to. And we will get going today. We've got some goat stuff we have to do. We've got some fencing stuff we have to do. We've got some tractor repair stuff we have to do. We've got lots of stuff that we have to do. So I'm not 100% sure what's going to make the edit table or make the cut. But I just video it, and World's Greatest puts it together. So we'll go from there. So Eli and I were on our way down here to do the goats, and on the way we rode up on the heifers, and they're all up here. They were all up here on this hill, kind of behind where I am right now working them. I just could tell by how they were acting that they weren't right. They were wanting something. I don't know how to describe how to know when something's not right with your animals, but if you're around them enough, you kind of recognize that. What's bad is I just put them in here in this pasture probably 3 days ago maybe, and it's a really big pasture. So they ought to just be dropping their heads, but they're wanting to, and they may just be wanting to play. You don't ever know. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. I'm just going to let them come in around me here. There we go. Now I can get them off this hill. Come on, guys. One thing that they are doing is our little poly wire that's short for our goats. They're just hopping over that. It's not slowing them down a tremendous amount. And so it's our splits that we have in our bigger pastures, which normally I take those out when I get the cattle in, but we just haven't done it. We've been working on other stuff. So there we go. go down off this hill. They'll be excited about that. They've got that big wetlands is in here, so they've got water in here. We've got the water to this tub over here shut off because it's trickling a little bit over. Eli, what are they doing? Are they just wanting to play or what? Huh? Oh, yeah. You see him bucking. Oh, easy, girls, easy. Oh boy, here they all come now. Oh no. Slow down, ladies. Okay. There's definitely a percentage, and probably more than 50%, that is wanting to circle, and because they want to keep their eye on me, and they're not trusting me yet. You know, some of them are playing. You can see some of them playing, and some of them are still not trusting me. So I'm working with them just for a little bit here. I'm not going to spend too much time because I'll undo everything I've done. But I'm just wanting them to know I can get off on foot here, and I can move them a little bit if I want to, and they'll move, and then eventually they'll turn and go. And when they do that, then I need to walk off. Now, they may not keep going. They may turn and come back, but it started the process. The next time it'll be easier. And so what I'm saying is I didn't plan on doing that. But there's times when you see your animals that you know something needs to be done, and you just will stop and do it. It'll pay big dividends in the long run. Got me. Oh, that fence is not very hot right now. Let's see if that does it now. They're hitting that brush over there now. If I can just slip out of here. I need them to keep going that way. I need them to just relax and do what a cow does, which is eat and be greedy. Hey, what do you say, girl? Turn. There you go. Now, it needs to figure that hole there since they're turning. I'm going to get these as quick as I can to make them turn another way. Too late. Now these think they're going to get around me this way. Come on, girls. Come on, girls. Come on, girls. You notice I'm watching the lead. That's the lead. Now I'm going to get these right here to come up. Come on. Now see all these right here? That's how I'd like for them to be right now. If they were standing there like that while I'm out here walking around, I'd just leave. And I'm fixing to leave anyway, because there's a point where you've done enough. I just would like them to go on way over there, because there's good feed way over there. Maybe that old red cow's going to lead them. She acts like she's on a mission now. You see how they've slowed down a little bit? I'm going to head back, and we got to get down to the goats. Hopefully they'll kind of ignore us and start spreading out, grazing a little bit. Okay, we're definitely moving the goats. I'm just taking a look at the brush and kind of watching how they're acting, and we're going to go ahead and move them. It's early, but we're going to just go ahead and move them. Let them get on this other brush in the next pasture. You see they ate all that as high as they could. Get it. If that was a locust tree, they would come right there first. Come on. Yeah, get it. Yeah, get it. So some of you guys, if y'all have never watched us, you hear me talk about not feeding the cows anything, and typically not feeding the goats anything. Well, this is the one of the times that I'll feed the goats, and I'm trying to get ready to get them in the pens. And it just seems like sometimes it's a little easier if I can call them while whoever's helping us work the goats are behind them and bringing them. So what that means is I have to start trickling a little bit of corn out for them as I go down there, just to kind of get them back used to me calling and knowing that they're going to have some kind of treat. So that's what I'm doing now, is I'm putting a little corn out, and so you can see some of them are coming and eating, some of them are just blowing right by it and going to the brush, and that's why I'm doing it. I need everybody, and I mean everybody, to think, oh, the Candyman is here. And then it will make it so much easier when we work. Hello, White. Hey, girl. Hey, you say, girl. Yeah. Eli's got your food over there. We're hoping that we can work in a couple of weeks. We're way behind. And when I say work, I'm talking about working these goats, the kids. We're way behind, and it all started back in May. If you guys have been keeping up with the channel, you know, from May to early June, we had 12 inches. I mean, not 12, 20 inches of rain, which was wonderful. We needed the rain so bad, and we got it. But it did because of our creeks and our bottom land. It just set everything back. I'm looking for female with colors. So far I've seen just a bunch of males. That's a male. Buckling. Making their way through all these locusts, make sure there's not any regrowth down low. Alright, let's get back and get on the other stuff. You know, when you're in the ranching business or the farming business, you tend to reuse things if you can. So that's what we're doing. Eli's got all that fence set up, or all the wire, and so we're ready for posts. And so we're pulling up these posts where he had rolled up the fence. That one's a little crooked. We can make it work. Making money. So we'll come through here and we'll pull all these posts, and then we will move them over there. That's where we've been working on that. We normally use our skid steer to clear trees and get it mowed a little bit where we can kind of figure out where we're going and that kind of thing. But the skid steer has been down for about 4 weeks. Just broke something, which in turn broke about 4 hoses, and they're hoses that almost all of them, well, all of them do go to the main pump. So anybody that works on skid steers knows you got to raise the cab, and then you got to do all this junk. And then we got in there to the hoses, and you had to have an air hammer to undo the nut on the hoses because they're under such compression. They're compression fittings. It's just been a crazy deal. So we still don't have it fixed. So I finally just told Eli, I said, look, we're just going to get the tractor in the brush hog, and we're going to do what we can to get some fence done. And so anyway, we've been working on that. We just started this week. So this is Wednesday. So in 3 days, we've got almost all the wire up for this stretch. And it's a long stretch. It's probably 3/4 of a mile probably. And so now we're getting to the posts. The difference in running a skid steer and a tractor. At the end of the day yesterday, I busted a hose on this tractor because I was in the brush. And anyway, I busted the hose and pulled the hose off when World's Greatest came to get me. Took it this morning to the hose place. He made me a hose. Bought all the hydraulic oil from him because I lost all that. And as soon as I got here this morning, I was able to put it on and get back running. Well, we got to the end of that run, pulling those posts, and we were ready to kind of shut it down for the day, and I went through a gate and made a turn, and Eli stopped me, and I had run over one of my big rolls of wire that I had rolled up, I guess late last year, early this year, sometime in there. Anyway, so luckily I didn't have the brush hog running. However, there is a lot of wire wedged under the brush hog. And so I'm probably going to have to bring some jacks down here, or heavy cutters, and it's barbed wire, so I'll have to cut that out somehow before we can get it going. But the bucket is full of T-posts, ready to be recycled. And that's not like the guys at Sunny Farms recycle them, where they actually send them to a steel scrap place. We keep using them until they fall apart when we pull them. These little trees right here are the most interesting things. You can see there's a very slight breeze by looking at the rest of these plants and trees and stuff. But look at that dude. Look at the movement in that thing. Interesting. Gonna go from there to here, to that flag way over there, and then back that way. Okay guys, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.